I woke up with this scripture in my mind. It's Romans 8:19, saying that all creation groans for the revealing of the sons of God. And it just kind of struck me in these last days, in these crazy times, what is going to be revealed about us? Trials and tribulations have a way of revealing who we really are. Not who we say we are, not who we want to be, but who we really are. And I really feel like we've already gotten there, but I think we're going to get there even more when we are going to be forced to take sides. Are you going to be on the government side or God's side? Are you going to be on your company's side or God's side? And it's going to be that clear cut. They won't allow you to just skate in this little nice gray area. And we're going to have to make a choice. And I know part of our minds think, you know what? God understands. This is my job. God understands. This is my job. But no, you are actually picking a side. You're picking a side. And if you are not found on God's side, then you are going to get what those who aren't on his side get. The wrath, the judgment is coming on those who rebel against God. And if you are not found on his side, that you're going to get what they get. No matter who you said you were, no matter who you thought you were, if you are not found on his side, you are going to reap what those people who rebel against God are going to reap. So that just really struck me today, and it's not an easy thing. Think about the young Christians, the Roman times, who just saying you were Christian you'd be courted off to jail, taken to jail, or thrown to the lions or something terrible like that. I feel like we're in a day where it's going to be that level of persecution. There's a story about a hockey player who just refused to wear the pride jersey. He refused to wear the pride jersey, said, you know what, that's against my religion. I'm not going to do that. There has been such a furor, such a dust up against him just because he wouldn't wear an article of clothing. So I want to challenge you today, as I'm challenging myself, to be found on the Lord's side, and to know that it might be difficult, but that he is with us. Think of Daniel. I love this about Daniel, where they made a decree specifically with him in mind to get back at him, that nobody could pray to any other god besides the man in charge, the emperor, whoever he was. Nobody could pray to anybody. Daniel goes, he opens up his window and he bows down and prays to God 3 times a day, or I can't remember how many times, but he bows down to God in front of his open window. I'm not going to hide who I am. This is what my God has told me to do, and this is what I'm going to do, whatever the consequences may be. Same thing what happened with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego when they were told, hey, you have to bow down to this image, and if you don't, we're going to kill you. So you better bow down to this image when you hear the horn. The horn blares and all of the nation bows down to this idol, and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego are still standing. They refuse to bow. In the face of the crowd, in the face of the persecution, in the face of what could be if they don't do it, they honored God more. They could have said in their heart, this is my life. God's going to understand. They said, no, we are going to stand for righteousness. As a people of God, we must stand for righteousness, whatever that means. And I love what Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said. They said, our God is able to deliver us from the fiery furnace. They're able to deliver us from this consequence that you've placed on us, this rule that you've created to destroy us if we go against you. God is able to deliver us from that. But even if he doesn't, we're still not going to bow. I pray that the people of God would have that strength to say that God's able to deliver me from the consequences of the government, from the consequences of my job. But even if he doesn't, I will not bow. I will not compromise. I am going to be found to be a child of God. That's your food for